Hello everyone, welcome to Unacademy. Today's session that I would be doing for all of you is on a general resource and book list I use for civil services examination. I'm Minal Karanwal and you guys know me as All India Rank 35 of 2018 Civil Services Examination. This video I propose to come up with because, a detailed book list which is not extensive and is really restrictive was what I wanted to elaborate on, and also to tell you that much resources really do not fare well when it comes to success in UPSC. Before we begin, I would like to also tell you guys that I'm teaching at Unacademy Plus. I'm teaching paper 2 of public administration. I think I have better control over this paper rather than paper 1, and I'm teaching along with good educators like Minal, and there is Jatin, and there's Mudit. All of these people who are handling different courses in Unacademy. My approach is to clear your concepts, to help you link paper 1 and 2, and also to provide certain examples that can enrich your answers. The cost for accessing my Plus course in Unacademy as well as other courses on the Plus dashboard is 35,000. But if you use my code, which is my name spelling in caps, you will get a 10% rebate. So you can try it out. First is general do's and don'ts while selecting resource material for UPSC. I feel that if you select your resources right, at least half your work, which is 50% of your work, is actually done. So there is no extensive work you need to do to identify your resources. Keep it in mind that the less is more, and it should be as basic as possible. Basic in the sense is that we are not reading high funda kitabe. We are not going for D.D. Vasu for Lakshmi for POLITY. We are not going for Subhash Kashyap. We are not going for big shot writers even in modern India. Sumit Sarkar, people come up with that book. I was like, that is so detailed and difficult, you cannot pick it up. So generally, keep it as basic as possible. Keep it as less as possible. And also evolution should be from reading NCERTs first, जो कि मतलब 11-12 साल के बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं. Then it should be to read standard books and then coaching material if it can. तो ये जो दो चीज़ें हैं, ये आपका primary source है. Primary मतलब these are the things that you need to pick up first, and then you need to move on to the coaching material. Keep this in mind, guys, very, very important. क्योंकि लोगों का evolution, at least what, some people I've met, is ulta. They'll first read some big shot coaching notes, then they'll go to the standard book, and then they'll be like, acha, everyone keeps on talking about NCERT, let's also read the NCERT. Do not do that. ये तो मतलब, this is another name for basic. Please have this evolution when it comes to reading any subject for that matter. Use of web search for small topics than buying a book. I feel this is important because for chapters or for topics like infrastructure in paper 3, where you need to study about roads and highways and rail network and air network, you cannot really rely on a book because no book deals with the detailed issues. Or for that matter, issues for disaster management or for science and technology. What you need to do is have an intensive web search. तो जैसे disaster management है, उसके लिए NDMA का एक plan आता है. And which so beautifully all the disasters, the pre-disaster response, during disaster, post-disaster, rehabilitation, very, very nicely and beautifully stated. So for chapters you think there is no book, for topics you think there is no book, go for web search and intensive, guys. Previous year questions. This is also part of your resource material. Especially for prelims, I cannot less emphasize कि कितना ज़्यादा important है last year के questions उठा के करना. Randomly आप खाना खा रहे हो, free बैठे हो, दोस्तों के साथ discussion कर रहे हो, make it a point that previous year questions become the basis of your study. आपने एक बार किताब पढ़ी, आप वापस गए प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस पे, आपने वो सॉल्व करे, आपको रियलाइज आया यार इस पर्सपेक्टिव से तो मैंने पढ़ाई नहीं करी है, एंड यू कम बैक एंड रीड द बुक अगेन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई रिमेंबर आई हैड रेड बुद्धिज्म सो वेल, एंड यू नो व्हेन आई गो बैक इन 2008 या 9 में क्वेश्चन आया था विच आर द 4 places did Buddha not go to. I was so confused. I was like, really, I read the entire chapter and focus on that. So I went back to the chapter, read it again, and came back with all my might. That is why previous year questions become very important. This is my book list. If you feel you need to moderate according to your needs, go ahead. You have all freedom. I do not state gospel truths. I do not have the capacity to do that. Use your own materials you think are really helping you understand the concept and topic. These are what I chose over a period of time. Very important, I always say this. Less is more. Intensive study करना किसी भी किताब की multiple times also if you want to read a book, do that. But do that with lot of intensity, lot of depth and conceptual clarity. Extensive matlab do not pick up hundreds of things and go on reading this and that, and you know, so all of those who sing in Delhi and Rajendra Nagar, there are like literal showrooms of books. Thousands of them spread across for is material, ye kitab, ye cheese, and oh my god, that's like, you know, suicide pills inviting you come eat me. That is only thing that is happening. Don't do that. मेरी books list strategy से references लेने हैं लो, किसी और टॉपर के लेने हैं लो, अपने references ले लो. Basic मैंने आपको बता दिया है कि NCERT standard books और coaching material ही है जो mainstay होता है. My sources of current affairs I want to address because later I won't be able to. We'll go to subjects. Was that I read the newspaper very avidly क्योंकि उससे analysis develop होता है. I'm not, so people think that I did not make from newspapers, make notes from newspapers. That means I didn't read them. No, I'm being as honest as possible, and I did read the newspapers. I did develop an analysis from it. I used to collect good case studies from it. जैसे कि citizen centric administration पे कोई case study है, या फिर cleanliness, स्वच्छ भारत, इन पे कोई भी case study या फिर गुड प्रैक्टिस है, यूज्ड टू कलेक्ट एंड रिकॉर्ड इट फ्रॉम द न्यूज़पेपर बिकॉज वो कोई भी कोचिंग मटेरियल नहीं देता है. बट एज फार एज माई करंट अफेयर सोर्सेज कंसर्न, द फर्स्ट इज विजन IAS monthly compilations, the second is Dipin Sir's class at Forum IAS that I took. This was core of my strategy because Sir's way of developing and approaching current affairs is phenomenal. Whereas Vision monthly compilations give you a dimension, you know, a framework of what all topics were important in this month, and that again becomes very important for prelims and mains both. For prelims I specifically read the monthly compilation. For mains I read mains 365 because उस time पे इतना ज़्यादा course हो गया था, I could not afford to read monthly, but I read and relied on mains 365. We move on to subject wise. So I have tried to really pick up very important topics from the syllabus, और मैंने उनका prelims और mains का perspective थोड़ा सा differentiate करने की कोशिश की है. I also wanted this video to be a little different and less monotonous. That is why I took this approach. So let's see for modern India for prelims spectrum. Again double star ऐसे नहीं लगाया है fancy slide बनाने के लिए. Double star इसलिए लगाया है क्योंकि spectrum के अलावा there is no other source you need to use for modern India. कोई कह रहा है सुमित सरकार पढ़नी है, उसको बोलो यार, you know, you read it and oh my god, you know a lot. I am happy just with spectrum. बिपिन चंद्रा को भी spectrum cover करती है. फिर ध्यान से मेरी क्या आदत थी ना, I have read Bipin Chandra also guys for you know India Before Independence. But if you closely see, lot of issues, in fact, lot of points that Rajiv Ahir has covered in Spectrum are from Bipin Chandra. So please make it a point कि इसके अलावा कुछ पढ़ना मत, यही पढ़ लो अच्छे से ना. That is very nice. You know, some aspirant comes up to me and says, मैंने Spectrum भी पढ़ ली, NCERT भी पढ़ ली, सुमित सर का भी पढ़ ली, और मैं क्या पढ़ूँ? And I exactly know that इस बंदे ने कुछ नहीं पढ़ा है. So keep that in mind. I did not use any NCERTs for Modern India because मुझे कोई भी कॉस्ट बेनिफिट उसका कभी लगा नहीं है. प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस भी करे तो सब लगा कि स्पेक्ट्रम से ही आ रहे हैं एंड जेनरिक है. देयर इज नो नीड फॉर रीडिंग एनसीईआरटीज. इफ यू गाइज वांट टू डू इट, again, this is my book list in my strategy, and I am making sure that I don't lie because again, that is just not ethical. Current affairs, some relevant issues need to be focused on. Yes, current affairs in history, guys, for who all you think that current affairs is not important, extremely wrong. Current affairs for some relevant issues are important. Like last year, Champaran Satyagraha and Paika were in news. For various reasons. Champaran Satyagraha की 100th anniversary थी, पैका का वो 18 first revolt of independence था कि नहीं, that was entire debate going on. So these issues are important and they need to be covered. right? That is why I think they also asked Gandhi's relevance last year, because a lot of satyagraha debates, etc. were in news. His statue being defamed in South Africa, a lot of such issues were in news. So keep in mind, even in ancient India, like last year, Lingayats were in news a lot for reservation purpose. So, who are Lingayats, who was Basavana and all, keep that in mind and read those issues as well in static, because wo aa sakte hain mains mein. And even, in fact, prelims may be. I've written it under prelims is because a lot of people think कि mains oriented ही आएगा, नहीं, prelims भी आ सकता है. Mains में, again, Spectrum was my source. I did not use anything else. But one thing I want to emphasize for modern India is previous year questions. Like, some questions are standard over the years, and you will not believe me if you don't. Pick up the last year paper ka book from the market for modern India and see for yourself. Vivekananda, nationalism, socio-religious reforms are repetitive questions. Gandhi ji and his satyagraha's effectiveness, repetitive questions, and you can actually prepare a template in your mind if you are smart enough. And this is the only advice I can give, is that previous year questions are very, very important for modern, ancient, medieval and art and culture. For ancient India, old NCERT by R.S. Sharma बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है गाइज. ये लोगों को टफ लगती है, पर 16 साल का बच्चा पढ़ रहा है ये CBSE में. पढ़ता था, अब तो ओल्ड है, न्यू NCERTs have come, बट लाइक प्लीज़ डू नॉट इग्नोर दिस बुक. जो क्वेश्चंस हैं वो मेजरली यहीं से सोर्स होते हैं. इसको पढ़ो और बहुत अच्छे से, बिल्कुल कंसेप्ट एनालिसिस करके इस चीज़ को पढ़ना. तमिलनाडु NCERT फॉर क्लास 11th. अच्छा, थोड़ा सा हेड्स अप है दैट आई हैड ऑलरेडी रिटन 2 प्रीलिम्स, तो मेरा सोर्सेज थोड़ा एक्सटेंसिव हो गया था. नॉट एक्सटेंसिव नहीं बोलूँगी, मतलब आई ट्राई डूइंग तमिलनाडु एंड NCERTs both, because sometimes I felt questions are out of scope. If you are in a dilemma on what to choose, I would say choose R.S. Sharma over Tamil Nadu, for ancient especially, because R.S. Sharma is more detailed. If you want to leave out Tamil Nadu, leave out. I've read the ancient portions of that book, not extremely spectacular or knowledge oriented, but R.S. Sharma is very, very important. I also use the class 6 new NCERT. Read it because 2016 had a lot of questions from it, like one word questions, iska matlab kya hai, iska matlab kya hai types. And Themes in India Part 1. You can use that also. Basically, why I used this was when I was buying the books, of Themes in India Part 1, I saw it. It's a very easy read. ज़्यादा कुछ 3 पेज नहीं है उसमें. It's something that's a very easy read. So you can also pick this up and read it for ancient India. Ideally, अगर इन तीनों में से पूछोगे तो मैं बोलूँ, इन चारों में से पूछोगे तो मैं ये दो को बहुत importance दूंगी, because both of them are the sources of ancient India study. Mains के लिए आते हैं, sources remain the same. Different नहीं है sources mains के लिए, ancient India के लिए, except as I said, current affairs का कुछ you can include, but emphasis on diagrammatic representation also. That becomes important when you're talking about an ancient culture of Cholas or something. It's very important for you to have a diagrammatic representation. For example, Indus Valley civilization की बात आ रही है, और the fact that they had a very good organization of cities and 90 degrees lane cut. So you can draw something like this. This is a citadel, this is a city. Or you can draw something like this, 90 degrees. Very, very simple. Diagrammatic representation mains में थोड़ा enter करता है, prelims में you do not require that. For medieval India, I did not read Satish Chandra. Oh my God, I'm so scared of that book. It's huge, it's detailed, and I didn't touch it. I was scared of it. I read Themes in India Part 2, very important. I forgot to put an asterisk. Very, very, very important. And class 7th NCERT new, again because of the simple reasons that it has a lot of keywords and a lot of concept clarity. Mains के लिए more inclined towards art and culture, because medieval India में you had a lot of paintings and different schools of sculptures, and also a lot of previous year questions. Again, I'm emphasizing medieval India से थोड़ा previous year questions कर लेना, there might be a chance of repetition. Art and culture, the first thing is this very important class 11th NCERT. Very, very important, if I might say. There's a red colored book. Usko please detail में पढ़ना, and make sure you make notes out of it, guys, because वो book बहुत detailed है. Notes बनाओ, that's very important. Nitin Singhania की किताब. I'm not talking about his handwritten notes. Use that book and usually certain chapters. Some people come and ask me, such a thick book, do we have to read it all? Firstly, yeah, you're preparing for UPSC. The important aspect is that आपको पढ़ाई करनी है बहुत ज़्यादा, और दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि कुछ ही चैप्टर्स पढ़ने हैं, वहाँ पे हेरिटेज फेयर्स और ये सब के थोड़े बहुत अनइम्पॉर्टेंट चैप्टर्स हैं, मिस देम आउट. बट टेम्पल आर्किटेक्चर, कॉइनेज, पेंटिंग्स, फोक आर्ट्स एंड फोक पेंटिंग्स becomes very important to read it from नितिन सिंघानिया. बहुत ही अच्छी किताब है. थोड़ा सा you should try focusing on it. And current affairs, मैंने पहले ही बोल दिया है कि आर्ट एंड कल्चर में भी काफ़ी current affairs आ सकते हैं. Something is currently news, like I remember GS paper 1 में इस बार there was a question on archaeology and the preservation of it. It was in news because there was an archaeological act that was also in news that was rendering the permissible limits for construction around around historical monuments as lesser. So that was in news, and please keep in mind that it might not necessarily come, but it may come. So always keep that perspective in mind. Mains ke liye class 11th NCERT, the same thing, Nitin Singhania, same thing, and PYQs and also diagrams, guys. I remember I was seeing the copy of a topper this year who had also drawn a simplified version of a Nataraja. And of course, you'll see a simplified version of the temple architecture, Nitin Singhania's book. He's made it so simply by like randomly using lines. It's wonderful. So also use that. World history. Lot of people ask me where did I read world history from, because वो इतनी ज़्यादा बल्कि है. Question आएगा एक जिसका मतलब किसी को कोई idea नहीं होता. So some people say that they leave world history and go. इस साल भी ऐसा ही हुआ, कोई question नहीं आया, and they were my friends who said that they had left world history, पर उनका तुक्का लगा कि question नहीं आया. If you want to take that risk of 15 marks, I mean list में आना ना आना decide हो जाएगा, then take it, otherwise don't. I recommend reading Arjun Dev as the most important thing. Class 9, 10th, 11th, 12th का NCERT पढ़िए guys, क्योंकि उसमें basics है. World War I क्यों हुआ, कब हुआ, French Revolution, feudalism, English Revolution, everything is given in these 4 NCERTs in detail. If you want to supplement it, you go for Norman Lowy for World War and post-World War world. I did not use Norman Lowy for anything except these things. These 2 topics, because वो NCERTs में इतने detail में cover नहीं थे. But basic आपका यही है. People have also said using Vision IAS material. I personally didn't buy it, and I did not know how it looks like. So if that suffices, well and good. For me, this was my source of study, and it worked pretty well for me. Even though the question didn't come, but tests में I was still performing fine. Post-independent India, prelims में तो आता ही नहीं है, so that part I'm not addressed. Mains में Bipin Chandra, I read it entirely, India After Independence. Now most of you guys will say we can't use it. Again, this is my book list and resource. It's an amazing book otherwise as well. You can try reading it. NCERTs for post-independence and coaching compilation, which was some topics on regionalism and state reorganization I used to read from some coaching compilation from the market. But this used to be my primary resource. With post-independence also, like other history subjects, have your conceptual clarity intact. अब वो आपको बिपिन चंद्रा से मिल रही है या फिर आपको कोचिंग कंपाइलेशन से मिल रही है. पर कल अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं कि स्टेट रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन की मुझे टाइमलाइन बताओ, तो दैट यू मस्ट नो. सो कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी शुड बी ऑन टिपटो. मतलब वहाँ पे कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ नहीं करना. अब आप चाहे इससे करो चाहे इससे करो, दैट डजंट मेक अ डिफरेंस, बट डू इट. For geography, for GS1 prelims, I would say NCERTs. They are so important. They're so important that there's not enough source for me to put it. Like 6th to 12th ka sara new NCERTs, just do them very, very diligently and make notes of diagrams as well. That important it is. Also supplement it with GC Leong. I have used it even though it's more overlapping with the class 11th NCERT, but I do feel that it should be read for certain portions that might be different from the NCERTs. And I also saw certain videos of Mrinal on his website. Certain issues of El Nino and La Nina and all I could not understand at that time, so I used to use his videos on his channel for watching and clearing those concepts. For mains, I use Forum IAS ka CGP book on location of industries. ये एक नया aspect add हो जाता है means में. And the CBP book was amazing on location of industries, etc. So I used that. Similar NCRTs with special focus on class 11th and class 12th NCRTs and on diagrams. So what becomes important here from means perspective is to have a set of notes जिससे आपको recall हो जाए. जैसे कि what are the necessary conditions required for formation of cyclone. तो मेरे पास 1, 2, 3, 4 exact होनी चाहिए और I should also have a diagram of a cyclone. No matter how it is, I should have practiced it. वो orientation आपकी आती है means में. And something that I forgot to mention here is also PYQs, both prelims and mains. Geography में तो इतना repetition है, अगर आप previous year questions देखेंगे, in the way UPSC asks questions, you'd be amazed actually. And here also PYQs are very important because ये थोड़ा सा static हो जाता है. So if you can read previous year questions and form templates and opinions on how to solve them, it would really help for geography. Society ये भी GS paper 1 का topic है जिसमें class 12th and 11th का NCRTs are very important. I remember there was an issue of difference in Indian and Western secularism in NCRTs and it was a question in paper 1. And मुझे वही याद था, धर्म and पंथ निरपेक्षता, मुझे वही याद थी और मैंने वही आंसर लिख के आई GS paper 1 में. Value added material, I did use Sri Ram's value added material on society for topics like regionalism and parochialism, etc. So you can use any material, but again, cover the topics from the syllabus. You do it from any source. Topics ज़रूर cover करना. PYQs and mocks इसलिए लिखे हैं मैंने यहाँ पे because society के portion में there are a lot of new issues on women and old persons and children, and that is why you collect your content using mocks. There is no standard book for it. So also focus on mocks when it comes to society in paper 1. Role of women's in women's organization, population associated issues again. Static portions can be done from any standard coaching compilation. I used Sri Ram's book from the market, and current affairs become very important here. Issues of women and poverty. If there is something in news recently, that becomes very, very important. Polity and governance. Extremely questioned topic. Lakshmikant for prelims. Guys, please, only source is Lakshmikant. I never read the NCRTs, I'm sorry. And I did not use D.D. Basu, Subhash Kashyap. ये मैंने मतलब 1000 बार पढ़ ली थी, एज आई ऑलवेज से, बहुत बार पढ़ ली थी लक्ष्मीकांत. तो मेंस और प्रीलिम्स दोनों का पर्सपेक्टिव लक्ष्मीकांत कवर कर लेती है. करंट अफेयर्स में यूज विजन IAS मंथली मैगजीन एंड दिपिन सर्स क्लास नोट्स फॉर करंट अफेयर्स. पॉलिटी में थोड़ा करंट अफेयर्स का रोल आजकल आ रहा है. इशूज दैट आर करंटली इन न्यूज़ लाइक ट्रिब्यूनल्स एटसेट्रा, दे आर इन न्यूज़ एंड दे कम इन द पेपर. सो wherever you're doing your current affairs from, keep it abreast from there. And mains के लिए again ARCs मैंने number लिखे हैं यहाँ पे guys. For public administration students, don't even dare to look at these numbers. Shameless. Go read all the ARCs. For other students, read 1, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 14. These are the important ARCs you need to read, whether it be on public order, local governance, citizen-centric administration, and strengthening financial systems. These are very, very important ARCs, and you cannot afford to miss them. Or wahi hai, I always say how to read an ARCs. Word by word, you can prefer not to read them. Compilations भी use करनी है तो करिए. But एक approach रखना अपनी, which is problem. I should be knowing the problem in concrete and the solutions in concrete, और वो भी corresponding. And ARCs do that. So if you can do it and read it in this manner. And the next is value-added material. If non-public administration students feel that there are certain topics in the president and the prime minister and the debates related to it, and they need to cover it from, I had no issue because I was doing it in public administration. Neither have I ever heard of a book. You can use any value-added material of any coaching institute. Again, previous year questions become extremely important, guys, for polity as well. Certain topics are repeated, trust me, when you go through the last 20 years and 10 years question papers. For social issues, which is the next important part of paper 2, prelims ke wise I did current affairs and recent schemes and their details. Example, there's Janani Suraksha Yojana and its standards for qualifications. That is the only thing that is asked. Probably they'll ask differences between two schemes, or they'll ask something else regarding that. But your focus should be on schemes and welfare initiatives, something like that, and also a lot of coaching compilations. Like I remember in my time there was a IAS Parliament, if I'm not wrong, that compiled all the schemes and the relevant prelims oriented issues with it. So you can use that. For mains, I would say that cover basic issues on women, children, old persons in the respect of the stats, the problems that they face, the solutions, and some committee recommendations and bills if it's important. That is part of social issues. For topics like NGOs and pressure groups, you can use it from Vision IAS material. I never had to use it. मेरे public administration में again ये सारा portion cover हो जाता है. But I've seen the Vision IAS material and I believe it can be helpful for this topic. Also, current affairs are extremely important. Extremely क्या social issues is all about current affairs. If there is something in news, pick it up फटाफट and just make notes wherever you're making notes for social issues. International relations, current affairs with a basic static background is important. So for example, if Shanghai Cooperation Organization is in news, what declaration was issued, what was the name of the summit, what was the name of the declaration and background of what SCO is, which is static knowledge becomes important. So current affairs hai, but with a static background. And for mains, analysis of India's bilateral relations with separate countries and groupings, which is again a syllabus topic. Diagrams and current affairs. Diagrams मतलब normal, जैसे CPC पे question आया था. So what I did was I draw this basic map है. You know, you connect Gwadar to Xinjiang, something like that. Okay, I'm drawing it impromptu, but like you know, you can actually try making an Indian map, a basic diagram of an Indian map, and show such transitions. When it comes to economy for paper 3, I did Sriram's printed book. I think it's brilliant. I never took his foundation, by the way, for all of you who was wondering, but I used to pick up some books. Sriram's printed book has covered most of the issues in a very holistic manner, so you can use that. Shankar Ganesh is this new book in market, which is like, I think I found it very nice for prelims oriented study. बहुत ज़्यादा pontified है और बहुत ज़्यादा specific issues ही cover कर रहे हैं, so you can pick that up. Budget and economic survey, oh my god, like so important. Budget में you can use a compilation. I do not recommend reading the entire budget, but अगर आप एक साल की preparation कर रहे हो, read the economic survey. Miss out on important, miss out on unimportant facts or random details that the economic survey has about the economic growth, but pick up important things. It's very important for both mains and prelims, economic survey, and जो theme cover करते हैं ना, वो question ज़रूर आता है mains में. So do that, and of course current affairs we all know for economics sign को on because most of the questions are sourced from it. Mains के लिए build on static concepts with current affairs. Again, you know, people think that economy is so current heavy and so is GS3. In my opinion, there are a lot of static concepts asked in GS3. There was a question on saving and investment 2017, so please cover that way. Budget and economic survey, again, as I've repeatedly said, that it's very important to read the economic survey with the perspective of reproducing exact keywords in the exam. So keyword wise, अगर कोई theme cover हुई है, जैसे last year meta preference for sun था, उसे cover करना अच्छे से keyword wise for mains and prelims both. For agriculture, questions can be from a popular scheme and its specifications in prelims. Like Kisan scheme hai, how much money, who all are being covered, landed laborers hai ya tenants bhi hai, sharecroppers bhi hai. All these issues, जिस हिसाब से पिछले 3 साल का prelims आया है, guys, very important. Do not ignore this as just a means topic. Questions on static portions also are being asked. इस साल FCI पे question था and last year MSP पे question था. So please keep your eye for such things in news and really look them up, और वैसे तो किसी भी compilation में मिल जाएंगे. Static issue on farm chain issues from internet or any value added material. Farm chain मतलब procurement बैक एंड इशूज़, फ्रंट एंड इशूज़, फूड प्रोसेसिंग, ये सारे इशूज़ मेंस में इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो मैंने विजन IAS की एक कंपाइलेशन आई थी उनके प्रीवियस या मॉक पेपर्स की, जो मैंने उठा के करी थी और बहुत ही अच्छी थी। देयर वर लॉट ऑफ इशूज़ दैट वर कवर्ड रिगार्डिंग फार्म चेन एंड इट कुड रियली लाइक हेल्प मी कवर ऑल थिंग्स एंड देन दिपिन सर्स क्लास वाज ऑलरेडी देयर। करंट अफेयर्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज क्वेश्चन ऑन मिलेट्स जैसे इस साल था एंड it was the international year for millets last year 2018, so that becomes important. Government budget, मैं अभी बता रही हूँ कि इस 14th रिपोर्ट में ना एग्जैक्ट थिंग्स लिखी हैं। जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग क्या दिक्कत है, क्या एडवांटेजेस है, आउटकम बजटिंग क्या दिक्कत है, क्या एडवांटेजेस है, परफॉर्मेंस बजटिंग सेम थिंग। इससे ज़्यादा गाइज कुछ ज़रूरत ही नहीं है। दिस रिपोर्ट इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी कंसाइज इफ़ यू कैन अफोर्ड टू रीड इट इन टोटलिटी। कैक के इशूज़ हैं, सब एनालाइज है इस रिपोर्ट में। आई डोंट नो व्हाई पीपल लुक आउट फॉर द थिंग्स एंड दिस इज अवेलेबल ऑनलाइन बाय द वे ऑन DOPT's वेबसाइट, सो you can use this for this topic, nothing else is required. Land reforms in India, again Bipin Chandra's India After Independence covers certain issues on land reforms after independence immediately, like Bhudan movement, etc. Otherwise it's more about current issues, like there was issue of land bank, land acquisition, rehabilitation, resettlement act, all of them. Land pooling was in news last year, so those are all current issues that you can cover. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अगेन पेपर 3 का टॉपिक है। नीति आयोग की 3-year रिपोर्ट है जो मैंने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए पढ़ी थी। सिर्फ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का पोर्शन छोटा है, डोंट गेट स्कैर्ड, आई डिड नॉट रीड एनीथिंग अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट फ्रॉम द रिपोर्ट, बट सिर्फ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का इशू थोड़ा अच्छा है, उसमें कवर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स क्या है और सोल्यूशंस क्या है सब डिटेल में बताया है। करंट अफेयर्स कंपाइलेशंस फॉर दिस, भारतमाला स्कीम आई है, उसके क्या कंपोनेंट्स हैं, कितना फंड एलोकेशन है, एटसेट्रा। आई हैड रेड इट फ्रॉम हियर। ऑल्सो फोकस वाज इन स्टैटिस्टिक्स, स्कीम्स, पोटेंशियल एंड शॉर्टफॉल्स। आई कीप ऑन सेइंग दिस कि हर टॉपिक को कवर करने का एक स्टैंडर्ड तरीका है। उसमें ये आता है कि स्टैट्स क्या है, उससे कोई रिलेटेड स्कीम जैसे भारतमाला है या फिर भारत सेतु फॉर रेलवेज। पोटेंशियल मीन्स व्हाट इज द सेक्टर्स पोटेंशियल, लाइक इंडिया वुड बी द 3rd largest एविएशन मार्केट, एंड शॉर्टफॉल्स, व्हाट आर द प्रॉब्लम्स इन दैट सेक्टर एंड व्हाई। सो always keep these dimensions in your mind when you're covering any topic in the syllabus for that matter. Environment, again, Shankar IAS Academy, Bible for environment for me and for a lot of people. Current affairs, yes, emphasis on status of animals, forest cover, international conventions, because questions that are asked are on this, which of the following animals are endangered. So previous year questions, guys, if you solve, you will know what kind of questions they're asking from environment. Or is saal though they also put the same question in GS3 regarding international wetlands and Montreal record, by the way. It's not just in prelims. So mains के लिए Shankar IAS Academy book is again important. इस साल question आया था BDA पे. I was very lucky, Biodiversity Act पे. I was very lucky that I had remembered things from then on and I could write a very genuine answer for this question. Current affairs again very very important. इस साल क्वेश्चन ऑन सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, इट वाज ह्यूजली इन न्यूज़ विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एनवायरनमेंट। प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस विल नॉट हेल्प बिकॉज आई थिंक it's more about, it's dynamic, so every year it's changing and there is no need in my opinion for previous year questions here. Security aspects, prelims के लिए aspects of new defense systems launched are important. Globally रशिया ने, अमेरिका ने या इंडिया ने कोई अगर there is some weapon and some deal that has happened, it's important and they'll ask the details of it. Schemes related to Maoist international conventions, bodies are important. Again, security is like this topic where if something is happening internationally regarding it, little factual questions can be picked up from it. Conceptual in prelims would be less. For mains, if it's concerned, there would be there's a Tata McGraw-Hill's book for basic background. So जैसे कि naxalism है, cyber security, money laundering, मैंने TMH की book से ही cover किया था. You can also use it. Not all the chapters. And current affairs again basic है because lot of questions are sourced from current affairs for security, in my opinion. So keep an eye on that, like referendum 2020 था last year, Naga Accord and all, and news this year. So keep an eye for current issues. And वही है dimensions रखना कि क्यों है कोई security issue, pros क्या है, cons क्या है, if there's some case, if there's some committee recommendation, and especially cyber issues in social media, fake news and all is like in much news, mob lynching and all are all expected questions this year. For disaster management, prelims में ज़्यादा फोकस नहीं है इसका. सुनामी एंड ऑल का डेफिनेशन शायद दिमाग बट नहीं होगा. आई यूज़ नेशनल डिज़ास्टर मैनेजमेंट अथॉरिटी का प्लान जो उनकी वेबसाइट पे है. उन्होंने क्या किया है, यहाँ डिज़ास्टर है, यहाँ प्री डिज़ास्टर रिस्पॉन्स, ड्यूरिंग डिजास्टर रिस्पॉन्स, पोस्ट डिजास्टर रिस्पॉन्स यहाँ पे उन्होंने दे दिया है. It becomes extremely easy for us to actually cover every disaster if we go with this approach. ARC third report crisis management की very redundant, don't even touch it. एंड जनवरी 2017 की योजना है, उसमें डिजास्टर रिस्क रिडक्शन सेंडाई फ्रेमवर्क से लेके आर्टिकल्स हैं कुछ. रीड दैट, इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. उसी से मैं इस बार का मेंस का जो क्वेश्चन था GS3 का ऑन डिजास्टर रिस्क रिडक्शन आई कुड मैनेज. साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी वेरी डायनामिक, इंपॉर्टेंट इनोवेशंस. Exactly, they'll ask you the keyword and give you options and you'll not be able to guess. क्राई जीन पे आया था, आई रिमेंबर क्राई 1EC पे, इस पे जीनरेटेड बेबीज पे आ सकता है. वेरी वेरी करंट. NCRTs I've written here, so I remember when I was preparing for my first prelims I saw some videos of NCRT 6th to 10th. If you want to leave it out, leave it out. If you have time and if you think you can give 1 week to science and technology, do read them. Again वही है, 11 से 15 साल के बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, आपके लिए तो बहुत आसान काम होना चाहिए. For mains oriented only current affairs. इस साल बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पे क्वेश्चन था. आइडियली स्पीकिंग इन माय ओपिनियन इफ़ यू रेड करंट अफेयर्स वेरी नाइसली, वो स्टैटिक नहीं है, वो करंट से कवर हो जाता. एथिक्स सेक्शन ए के लिए आप टॉपिक वाइज कवरेज की थी मैंने लेक्सिकन से. यू कैन यूज एनी बुक गाइस. देयर इज अ बुक ऑफ DK जैन सर आल्सो इन द मार्केट दीज डेज. यू कैन यूज दैट, यू कैन यूज लेक्सिकन, यू कैन यूज इंटरनेट, बट सिलेबस वाइज हर टॉपिक कवर करना. 70 डेज एथिक्स प्लान मैंने इनसाइट्स ऑन इंडिया का किया था, बट दैट आई डिड लाइक आई थिंक अ ईयर बिफोर, and I used to make relevant notes about definitions. Fourth report of the second ARC, very important. It covers the entire probity section extremely nicely and it's very important. Do not think of missing this. ये किसी किताब में नहीं covered है, by the way. And value addition of Orient IAS I used. I had joined the test series for 5 tests and solutions मैंने उनके बहुत diligently पढ़े थे, so that they really helped me in section A. Section B के लिए practice from mocks. I collected a lot of solutions and basically practice helps for case studies. There's nothing else that is actually required. So the only requirement you have for this examination in terms of book list and resources is that you use NCRTs. Then you go to reading basic books, then you solve previous year questions and you'll come back. This loop will remain constant for most of you guys. I'm saying this because I've experienced it from the other side of being an aspirant as well. Please keep these things in mind when you're reading. Logical evolution करना अपना हर चीज़ों के साथ. जैसे ही subject खत्म हो, pick up previous year questions and solve them, because previous year questions are very important to make you understand how to actually approach the text as well. Again, a repetition that I'm also teaching plus course in public administration paper 2. You can use my code MINAL, which is in caps, to get a 10% rebate if you want to. As far as the session is concerned, thank you so much for joining.